Hi, my name is James Shepard with ccsalespro.com. Thank you so much for taking time to watch or listen to our podcast episode today. I'm going to talk to you about 2 keys to amazing customer service. 2 keys to amazing customer service. Now, here's the thing about salespeople that really ends up hurting them. They are all about the sale, but they have a really hard time switching into that customer service mode. And for most salespeople, you do end up in customer service mode at least a little bit. Even if you're part of a big company, when you make a sale, the customer service department and operations are going to depend on you because you started that relationship. So how do you provide great customer service? Because one of the things that I've seen and how this really impacts salespeople is that you don't provide a good customer service experience, and next thing you know, you're spending half your day on customer service. And it's usually because you're not following these 2 keys that I've learned over the years at providing a great and amazing customer experience. Okay? Number 1 key. First thing is honest expectations. Honest expectations. What does that mean? What that means is that you don't tell your customer what they want to hear. You tell your customer what you can actually do. Okay? So what can you actually do for them? They're going to bring you a problem. Hey, you know what? We don't like this, terminal, the settings on this terminal aren't very good. We want this and this and this, okay? Well, you have to stop before you answer and think a minute and say, okay, well, hold on one second. Let's think about what I can actually do for you. And you have to give them an honest expectation. The reason customers are not happy, it's usually not because they have unrealistic expectations. Customers are usually upset because they have an expectation from you, from the company, that was an unrealistic expectation, okay? Usually, if you tell a customer and say, look, this is what I can do for you, they're going to be okay with that as long as you get it done, which we'll talk about next. So honest expectations. And so one of the things you have to understand about your customers is that they're always kind of negotiating, okay? When I call a company, I call people all the time, vendors, my cell phone, our company has Verizon, so we have all these different cell phones. And so, we'll call them and I'll make these unrealistic demands. I want a $500 credit for this and I want that and the other thing, right? Now, what am I doing? Well, I'm kind of negotiating, right? I have there's that starting point. I know I'm not really going to get what I want, but I'm going to start there so that they're going to kind of meet me halfway. Well, what salespeople do is their customers will come and give them this unrealistic expectation. I want you to come out here, I want you to be here every morning by 9 a.m. and I want you to be here for an hour to make sure this credit card machine is working for the first 2 weeks, or whatever. And the sales rep's like, oh, okay, I'll do that as long as you sign here, Just hold on a second. That's not realistic. And then you're not going to actually do it. So number 1 is realistic and honest expectations. You've got to give them honest expectations. If you can't do something, say, I can't do that for you. You say that. Yeah, you don't qualify it. You just say, you know what? Actually, I can't do that for you. Here's what I can do. I can do this. Give them an honest expectation. Number 2, focus on the solution, okay? Focus on the solution to their problem. Focus on the solution to their problem. So after you've given them an honest expectation, your primary objective is then not to make them feel good while you procrastinate on the solution. Your objective is to actually give them the solution that you promised them that you would give them. So most salespeople, again, we're so focused on the emotional response of the customer and the prospect. Like, I want them to like me, I want them to feel good and all this, And so we get so focused on that. But the thing is, they're not going to feel good if you email them every day and make sure you give them your really good excuse as to why you weren't able to actually fix the problem you said you could fix. All they want you to do is fix the problem. Now, I take it to an extreme. My customers would tell you, if you interviewed them, that there'd be a lot of times I won't even email or contact my customer back. It'll be 2 days sometimes because I'll have a meeting with them, say I go to their business for an hour. I was at one recently for like 2.5 hours because it was a big client that had some really big issues with some different processing companies I'd worked with in the past. So, I'm cleaning up the solution. I'm writing down, here's what I'm going to do, blah, 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 blah. Then they'd email me and call me like the day after, and I didn't respond. Like 3 days later, I reached out and said, hey, sorry I didn't get back to you. I've been busy with other things, but I did do X, Y, and Z, which is what I said I was going to do. And guess what? They're perfectly happy, okay? Now, what most salespeople do is like, oh, the customer called, I better call them right back. Hey, no, I wasn't able to get to that today, but I still love you. You're still my favorite person. And they're like, I don't care if you say that. Get it done. So get it done. So the 2 keys to amazing customer service. Number 1, honest expectation. Tell the customer what you can actually do for them, even if they want you to do something else. And if that means you lose the account, then you lose the account. It's better to lose the account right now than it is to, lie to the customer and drag them along for 3 or 4 months and then lose the account when they're really ticked. Okay? So be honest. Honest expectation. Then, once you've done that, your main focus is not on making them feel good about the process of you fixing it. Your focus is about fixing the problem. Get it done. The next morning when you wake up, first thing, get it done. And then contact them back and say, hey, I did what I said I was going to do. Believe me, if you do those 2 things, your customers are going to love you. My name is James Shepard. Thanks for listening.